I would also like to thank Marshal for affording me this opportunity to take part in this prestigious dialogue. Moving on to a more appropriate note, as all of you, ladies and gentlemen, know, the Indian Ocean, which covers almost 20% of the world's ocean area, connects shores of 3 continents. I'm excluding the Pacific part because it's much more affluent for us to talk about the Indian Ocean per se. The region consists of 36 countries, with the exception of Australia, all developing economies, and has undoubtedly dominated the economic and political affairs of the region since ancient history. The obvious reason for this is the vast amount of natural resources and availability of major energy lifelines at present. Hence, any minor turmoil within this region can pulse major changes in the security and geopolitical architecture of the nations around. Further, Sri Lanka's geographical location, which stands closer to some of the world's most important sea lines of communication, enhances the need to facilitate and maintain a tighter and a stronger maritime security domain as an island nation with a hub port. Other than the land, let alone the whole of Indian Ocean region, Sri Lanka possesses a territorial sea of 21,500 square kilometers with a EEZ of 51,700 square kilometers up to 200 nautical miles from the coastal line, where total land area of the island remains only at 65,610 square kilometers. The delimitation of the continental shelf, as provided by the United Nations Convention on the Law of Sea, was initiated by Sri Lanka in 1999 and was completed in 2009. This unique feature spans an area of 3,000 kilometers in length, 800 to 1,430 kilometers in width. Sri Lanka's claim of the extended continental shelf is about 20 times of its land area. This is indeed a huge area for a smaller country like Sri Lanka. Conducting surveillance, scientific research, infrastructure expansion, etc., are among the many important aspects that Sri Lanka will need to look through a broader maritime strategic plan. Interest in the potential of the blue economy is growing, but many financial institutions, regardless of focus, size, or breadth, oceans and maritime ecosystems are uncharted territory. Let me talk about the challenges of the blue economy for our island nation. Destruction of the maritime ecosystems, pollution, climate change, and as well as poverty and maritime insecurity is caused by terrorism and piracy. Is it possible to enhance the livelihoods and boost economic growth in Sri Lanka's coastal belt without harming the environment? The fisheries sector, for example, could be optimized and expanded in many ways. Currently, 50 to 60% of the overall harvest is discarded every year as trash fish, fisheries waste, crab shell, and other fisheries-related waste. Whereas this waste could be collected and turned into value-added products, for example, animal feed, fertilizer, fish oil, and many more to be listed. Other opportunities to enhance suitable, sustainable coastal livelihood includes the seaweed farming, which offers a considerable co-benefit in climate change mitigation and pollution cleanup. Captive breeding, mariculture to replace the fish population, conservation and use of coastal ecosystems such as mangroves, and sealing up sustainable natural tourism, and also ecotourism. Awareness creation, capacity building, provision of expert and technology expertise and technology, integrated coastal zone management, and control of land-based waste and pollution, and the enabling of legal framework are also crucial elements for us to transform towards a blue economy. However, the country is also threatened by the impacts of the climate change, the COVID-19 pandemic, maritime pollution, and the ongoing economic downtrend. Strengthening the blue economy and exploring new avenues of coastal livelihoods and sustainable development could offer a solution with powerful co-benefits and synergies for people, the environment, and the economic growth. Being an island nation of the Indian Ocean, adopting a blue economy strategy is not optional but mandatory for Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka has advantages but also faces challenges due to its position. One of the major disadvantages for a blue economy includes the unequal geographical position, highly accessible to the ocean resources from a lengthy coastline around the country, closeness to major sea lanes, sovereignty over significant area of sea compared with the country's land resources, a diverse range of coastal and maritime ecosystems, and high potential for tourism and recreational industries. The Indian Ocean hosts one of the most important global maritime routes connecting the Far East and Europe and carries the majority of ultra-large container ships. The ocean's maritime routes are pivotal for a worldwide supply of energy, which was discussed by my previous speaker. It is estimated that about 40% of the energy is transported to the Persian Gulf, to Europe, as well as to Asia through its waterways. However, these opportunities also have challenges tagged along with them. The ocean around the country is highly contested by global powers. Being a small player in the global political arena, Sri Lanka has to take a cautious path. I would like to quote our President, who made a statement on 15th of September last year at the graduation ceremony of the first NDC course. He assured that Sri Lanka will never compromise on the security of the Indian state which is next to us. And he called Hambantota as the punching bag of Sri Lanka, where we get punches and blows from many quarters as at today. So also, I would like to reiterate at this forum that is the position of the government of Sri Lanka, and it continues to be a commercial port as Hambantota. Although the current maritime situation of Sri Lankan territory is overall appears to be politically peaceful, stable despite few occurrences related to poaching in the northwestern seas, which the government of Sri Lanka is taking every effort to sort out the matters diplomatically. On a strategic note, ensuring the security within our EEC poses direct impact towards the development of our region. To remind you again, the responsible marina area is almost 9 times size of Sri Lanka. Considerately, the future prosperity of Sri Lanka lies in the sea which surrounds it. As we discussed earlier as well, the land is over and now we are conquering into the sea for our economic development along with the other countries of the world. The rich marine, biological, chemical and physical resources in Sri Lankan EEZ, coupled with the strategic location in the Indian Ocean, provides us promising expectations of development as a recuperation nation into the Indo-Pacific in the context of blue economy. On a basic analysis, one could argue to attain a higher degree of dominance over our EEC, which becomes more of a responsibility if expanded. It might be unattainable in the future due to lack of resources and assets. Nevertheless, lack of resources to face challenges have never been an obstacle for Sri Lanka that is capable of developing out-of-the-box strategies to overcome the challenges. Let alone the interoperability between the armed forces in Sri Lanka, but the robust relationship and the cooperation amongst the relevant authorities and other regional nations also play a crucial role in this voyage. The role of the Indian Ocean governance is often described as an important factor behind the blue economy activities. It has further revealed the importance of more investment in fisheries and agricultural sector, better access to electricity, and better export opportunities as the major determinants for our increase in the fish output. The research further reveals that the world income, relative price, depreciation in normal exchange rate between domestic currency and the US dollar, along with policy and financial crisis management, positively affects the size of our tourism sector. Thus, the size of the blue economy has positively responded to these sustainable ocean management policies. In addition, the need for an effective of the implementation of sustainable ocean governance policies in the Asia-Pacific region is considered as very important for the further strengthening of the growth of these island countries. Sri Lanka has been potential to implement the concept of blue economy through the usage of our resources, better understanding of the ocean and the dynamics, selection of sustainable individuals and carefully considered decision-making, as well as honest political leadership, are all needed to execute such a program accurately and efficiently as we expect. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to conclude at that. I would also like to wish all participants present on this productive, informative, and insightful endeavor on the Indo-Pacific in the context of blue economy and with further regional cooperation. Thank you.